good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and it's no secret that I love playing Pokemon. I've been making content on Pokemon for almost a decade now, and I've done almost every kind of Pokemon content out there, from nuzlockes to Let's Plays, to theory videos and rankings, to reacting to Pokemon news in Draft League. We've done it all here, and I've loved every minute of it. Probably some of my favorite videos to create have been the My Gym videos because of the creativity that is involved in creating those teams. And while they have been great, I've always wanted to take on a bigger project. About a year ago, with heavy hearts, we decided to end the Invisible Corporation's YouTube channel, which I was a part of, and it was a project that I'd worked on for over half of my content career. It became difficult for us to keep up with the content, with many of us deciding to put content creation on the back burner, and the rest of us overwhelmed with full-time jobs and real-life responsibilities to maintain what the channel needed to survive. You got to see a lot of what we did together on screen, but there were many projects that never saw the light of day. This is one of those projects. During the last few years of our time together, I challenged my colleagues to help achieve a dream of mine, creating my own fan-made Pokemon game. Planned on releasing the game with guides and even a playthrough on the channel, but once we decided to pull the plug on the channel and making content, the plans for this game have been shelved. Until now. While I never fully stopped working on the project, I am now at the point where I've done a lot of planning into what I would want this game to be. While I don't have a completed version for you in this video, I do want to talk about something that I mentioned earlier: my gyms. As part of the My Gym series, I secretly designed 8 gyms to replace the Kalos League for this project. They are designed to make the gyms better than the original Kalos leaders and provide a much needed boost in difficulty in Kalos by giving most of them Mega Evolutions. Many people say that Kalos is too easy, but I made it a goal to make this game fairly difficult, or at least difficult enough to challenge a seasoned Pokemon fan, and adding Mega Evolutions to the gym leader certainly helped with this. I also think that this league would be really funny because it is essentially 8 alternative versions of myself that you would have to fight in order to reach the league. Today I am going to share with you the ideas for these gyms of this improved Kalos region in order. If you like it, I'll consider releasing more information about what these games would entail in future installments, but for now I want to say thank you for supporting this channel and the crazy ideas that I come up with. And I also want to thank all the members of Invisible Corporation who have contributed to this project in one way or another. I also would appreciate you leaving a like, subscribing, and considering to become a member today to support this channel financially. With all that said, let's take a look at the new improved Chaos Kalos Pokemon League. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? This question led to the creation of several videos, including gyms of each type, and some even based on themes. Now, I wanted to revisit this original concept for this series by sticking to a single type, to see how my gyms would differ based on when you challenge each gym along your journey. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and we're returning to the My Gym series with the creation of gyms for each type for every gym slot. And today, we are looking at the bug type. Today we're doing something new by creating a gym that already exists, because we are doing the first gym slot for a bug type Pokemon. Technically, Viola and Katie are bug type gym leaders occupying the first gym slots in their respective regions, although I guess you could argue for Katie's status as the first gym leader because you can challenge the gym leaders in Paldea in any order. Bug works really well early on because they evolve quickly to become super strong at a fast rate, but they do not hold up as you reach the later parts of the game. So I'm going to take advantage of them at their maximum potential before they get too underpowered by using them really early. This gym could be located anywhere in theory, so that's really not too important to the story of this gym. But I wanted to combine elements from Viola and Bugsy's gyms, since this gym is about everyone's favorite type of bug, arachnids. I really like the concept of both of those gyms, but they fail to utilize the spider webbing in a fun way, which I have come up with for our gym puzzle. You enter the gym, and the room is dark, with only a single red glowing panel on the floor. You step on it to turn on some mild lighting when you hear a screech coming from behind you. Suddenly a giant spider is coming after you. Your goal is to make it through the gym puzzle while avoiding being captured by the spider. Unfortunately, you've wandered into its web, where you can't move around normally, and you are slowed down. But the spider, however, creating the web and being dexterous, can move at normal speed. So how do you get away? Good question. There are spinnerack platforms which allow you to move at double speed across the webs, which you must use to maneuver around the web. Getting caught will force you to battle a trainer in order to get out of the webbing you have been captured in. However, there is no requirement to fight any gym trainers. If you are skillful enough, you can make it to the gym leader without battling anyone else. Eventually, you'll reach the gym leader's platform, where another scream happens. Down, Fluffy! At once, the spider stops chasing you and wanders off into the darkness. Sorry about that. Fluffy gets a bit happy when we have a company. I figured you'd want a gym battle. I'll have at you then. And the battle begins. I lead with a level 10 Spinnerack. Spinnerack knows the moves Spiderweb, Toxic, Leech Life, and Venoshock. Now, if you didn't realize, Spinnerack is meant to be an annoying Trapmon that will chip away at your health, making it quite difficult to deal with if you didn't choose the Fire-type starter. Also, if you lower its health far enough, you will activate its ability Swarm, which just gives it more HP back when it uses its Leech Life move. My ace is a Joltik at level 12. Joltik knows Thunder Wave, Leech Life, Screech, and Camouflage. Now, it may seem weird, like as a move set, but hear me out. In case you got past my wall of poison, Joltik preys on its paralyzed victims, which goes well for this bug motif of bug types using status conditions to deal with their prey. Camouflage may be the move that doesn't make the most sense to you, but it does allow Joltik to turn into a normal type, so it can counter the Pokemon you brought to overpower my bugs. In case you brought a fire flying type or something along those likes, you can't damage Joltik super effectively when it's a normal type, so you better have brought a fighting type too, which you probably wouldn't think about saying that bug resists fighting. Either way, I think this is a fun set, and I want to see how it would work against trainers in a gym. Eventually, you will overcome my team, and I will confer to you the Web Badge and the TM for Leech Life. Through conversing with trainers in the gym and some later NPCs that you'll find that Fluffy is the name of a giant spider that was chasing you, and it's actually some sort of giant Galvantula. If you rebattle me, I will add more spider Pokemon like Spidops, Araquanid, Masquerain, which evolves from a spider, and Metagross that will have access to the bug Terra type. I think this will be quite a fun team to take on, and I really like this design of the gym, so it was something that I wanted to use. Plus, there is the chance for some lore to be around Spidops. As you can see in its image, it has webs that it's creating. Of course, any spider can create webs, but it's just kind of cool to showcase it in a Pokemon that actually has webs in its official design art. Well, that's my Bug-type gym, if I was the first gym leader. Let me know your thoughts on my gym, and feel free to create your own in the comments section below. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? This question continues to be a question I love to answer because there are so many options for how I would run a gym. In fact, we've already completed a gym based on each type, and now we are expanding our gyms to place every type in all 8 gym slots to give me multiple chances to use the same typing. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and I'm once again picking up my gym leader duties to bring you another My Pokemon Gym. Today, we are covering the Rock Gym. Now, Rock Gyms are often some of the first you come across during your playthrough, and I decided to embrace this stereotype rather than try something that's completely different. I've already created a Rock Gym based on the 3rd and 8th gym, so I've decided to pick another early gym slot, being the 2nd gym of the region. I imagined this gym taking place near a cave with an amazing rock features. Somewhere like Chargestone Cave in Sinnoh or the Reflection Cave in Kalos would fit quite nicely, because I am a geologist and a Pokemon professor studying rock-type Pokemon that are geodes. Geodes are rocks that contain crystallized structures inside the rock and are often found in spaces mentioned above that resemble crystal caves. In fact, my gym is located within the last excavation site of my team, which makes me a difficult gym leader to keep track of. However, you have found me located just outside of a town, rumored to have some really cool structuralized crystals. The gym is relatively simple. You make your way through the cave using the movement of rock formations. Some resemble crystals that float in the air that look like Charleston Cave, and other puzzles might require to use rock smash or make stalactites fall from the ceiling in order to walk across gaps. Perhaps there might even be some rock climbing if the game has features like Breath of the Wild, where you can climb the rocks. But anyway, you eventually reach the field station that I am working from. Hush now. I'm on the verge of something great. A great discovery. Blast! Another faulty specimen. Oh, I see you aren't one of my workers, but a trainer. So how many gym badges do you have? Only one. I guess I'll use this team. They should be about your skill level. And the battle begins. I lead off with a level 24 card bank that knows Stealth Rock, Dazzling Gleam, Smackdown, and Reflect. Cardbank has Sturdy as its ability, so even if you are using a super effective move, such as a Steel-type move, I will survive the attack. Plus, you will proc my Slack Berry, which boosts my speed. I've designed this Cardbank to get Stealth Rocks on the field, so your team has to deal with limited switching during this battle. Up next is my level 24 Geodude. It knows Rock Throw, Bulldoze, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. Geodude will do the same thing with the Berry and Sturdy, but this time it uses Lechi Berry to boost its attack stat. I also have coverage moves like Fire Punch and Thunder Fang, just to help deal with some of your type coverages that you might have brought to deal with my rock types. And finally, you have reached my ace, a level 26 Boldore. It knows the moves Rock Slide, Bulldoze, Headbutt, and Rock Smash. Boldore plays a little bit riskier than my other two Pokemon because it holds the Starf Berry, which can randomly boost any of its stats by 2 stages, making it a really fun final boss for my team. After you defeat me, I will give you the Crystal Badge and the TM for Rock Tomb. I will also hand you an escape rope so that you can easily leave the gym location because we're in a cave. Some fun lore about this gym leader is that he pioneers the new structure of gyms being challenged in any order since he refuses to stay in any place for too long. Eventually, the league buckles to his wishes and allows gym leaders to be challenged in any order. Some research assistants will confirm that I have studied amazing formations, including massive crystal weapon that ended an ancient war. You might find out that I hail from the Kalos region, and I used to explore the caves near my hometown, which is how I became so interested in rocks and rock-type Pokemon. For my rematch team, I would evolve my current team, and I would add Minior, Glamora, and Diancie that has the ability of Mega Evolution. I hope you have enjoyed my rock-type gym as the second gym you face, and make sure you let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Hey! Want to tussle? The call for challengers has always set youth on a journey to become the champion, as they seek out gym leaders and defeat them to claim a gym badge. It's fun for us to be the challengers in this scenario, but what if we swap the roles? What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy, Chaos here, and today we're continuing to create new Pokemon gyms for each gym slot as we answer the question, what if I was a Pokemon gym leader? I encourage you to participate in creating your own gyms, as some of us have done in the previous episodes of this series, in the comment section down below. I've enjoyed reading those, and I hope to see more in the future, so continue to share your ideas with me in the comment section. We're looking at the fighting type today, and I feel like fighting gets a bad reputation as being aggressive, so I've taken a more chill vibe, as I revert to a clique that many of us are likely familiar with, the Skater clique. Often known for their relaxed personas, skaters seem like a very unique perception on how to create a gym. You'll find that the gym is not a physical building, but rather located in a city park. My gym trainers will be skaters, and they will invite you to take part in doing some skating. This will be similar to the Mantine Surf minigame in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, where you are tasked with earning points by tricking off a half pipe instead of tricking off waves. You are required to get the high score in order to get the chance to challenge me. I show up and say, "New high score, eh?" So finally someone's on my level. "Hey kid, I can see that you aren't some ordinary skater. You're a gym challenger, aren't you? Ah, you want my badge then? Well, it won't be easy for you, as if it was to break that record." And our battle begins. I'll lead off with a level 28 Hitmontop. It has Intimidate to begin you off on a deficit. Hitmontop knows Triple Kick, Counter, Rapid Spin, and Focus Energy. A little bit of story about these characters and these Pokemon that I'm using is that I've built this gym that gives off a vibe these Pokemon would give a good show if you gave them a skateboard and asked them to go on a half pipe. Personally, I can see him on top riding around on its hands and doing flips and stuff, switching between his hands and its feet as his primary way of standing on the board. I think it would give off quite a fun show and really would be excited to have Hitmontop join in for that. I also think Intimidate kind of helps us here because if you step on anyone's turf in a skate park, they're probably going to be pretty intimidating to you. Up next is a level 29 Scraggy. It knows Brick Break, Sucker Punch, Low Kick, and Sand Attack. Be careful not to lose a Mon to this Pokemon because it will have Moxie as its ability and it will kick in and make this very difficult to defeat. Finally, you've reached my ace, a level 32 Lucario. Lucario has the moves Power Up Punch, Metal Claw, Ice Punch, and Force Palm as its moveset. Lucario will have access to a Citrus Berry so it can stay around a bit longer. I feel like Lucario is a really strong Pokemon and it makes a really good early gym ace for this challenge. Of course, we've already seen this in characters like Maylene, who was the third gym leader in Sinnoh. So I feel like copying her a little bit here with an ace Pokemon of Lucario kind of fits the bill for this gym. Eventually, you defeat me. Hey, you're the real deal, kid. And I hand you the Skater Badge and the TM for Power Up Punch. Now, there's not too much to discuss about this gym leader. Most people know me as the skater kid who just hangs down by the park. The only real piece of information you get from anyone about me is that I have earned the respect of the kids in the town since I am known as the best skater around. If you would rematch me, I would give my Lucario the ability to Mega Evolve, I would evolve my Scraggy, and I would add Toxicroak, Gallade, and Hawlucha to round out my team with some coverage and some powerful offensive options. Well, that's my fighting type gym as the third gym you face. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and give me suggestions for what you want to see next. I'm glad to take those into consideration as we move forward and as we come up with more ideas for this series. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I have created many videos asking this question, trying to utilize each type in a unique way. I continue to invite you, faithful viewer, into the creative exercise that is creating your own Pokemon gym. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and we are continuing the My Gym series. I've already created a gym on each type, and have expanded into multiple typings. However, I wanted to get back to the roots of this series by focusing on a specific type as I place them in each gym slot you would come across on your Pokemon journey. The Grass type makes its return today, and there is a lot of different themes that can be used to create Grass type gyms. I've decided that this gym would resemble an ecosystem. Plants often play a great role of importance in starting the chain of energy sharing in ecosystems because Pokemon have been made into creatures now, and some of them resemble plants. We can incorporate them into every part of the food chain, thus creating a gym that resembles an ecosystem. I imagine this gym would be a large tree with the surrounding forest with many creatures running around. You will need to make use of several pathways and move around the gym trainers to progress forward. I will imagine there will be some great scenery for the challengers to get lost in while they take on this challenge. But eventually you will climb a vine into the canopy of the trees where you will meet me. Nature is full of beauty, and I have made it my goal to care for places like this. A lot of pruning needs to be done to make sure things aren't overgrown and that a balance is maintained. I wonder how you found this balance along your journey. And the battle begins. I lead with a level 34 Tropius to resemble the producers of the food chain. Tropius knows Body Slam, Razor Leaf, Acrobatics, and Protect. I will also be attaching a Citrus Berry to make use of Tropius's Harvest ability that hopefully will keep it regenerating throughout the battle and thus making your challenge a little bit more difficult. Next up is a level 35 Carnivine, the consumer of my team. It comes with Razor Leaf, Bite, Fire Fang, and Thunder Fang. I incorporated these coverage moves into its moveset in order to deal with some of the weaknesses that grass types may have that you may have brought to defeat my team. Hopefully we have a way to get through that, and Carnivine can help deal with it. I wanted to make sure this battle wasn't super easy. Grass types tend to be pretty easy to beat, having the most weaknesses of any type. So having some coverage moves is a must for this team in order for it to survive. And finally, you've reached my ace, Venusaur the Decomposer. Now you may wonder why other Pokemon that fit this Decomposer role better weren't selected to fill this final slot on this team. Well, as I said, I needed to make this gym a challenge, so I'm giving Venusaur a Mega Stone and allowing it to Mega Evolve. Venusaur's bulk gives it a great position to counter what might be left of your team by this point in the match, and its Mega ability Thick Fat makes it a little bit harder to deal with, especially if you didn't bring a Psychic type to deal with it. Venusaur knows Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb, and Leech Seed to deal with your team. Defeating me earns you the Eco Badge and the TM for Energy Ball. There's not a whole lot regarding the character's lore. There's not a whole lot to say. It's just a gym leader, standard run-of-the-mill. As far as many people know in the town, the gym leader has been caring for the ecosystem in the gym for as long as anyone can remember, making him one of the oldest residents of the town. For a rematch team, I will add the likes of Amoonguss, Lurantis, and Arboliva to add another producer, consumer, and decomposer respectively, so we continue with the food chain and ecosystem theme. Well, that's my grass gym as a 4th gym leader. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below and give me suggestions as to what type and gym slot you would like to see next. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? There are many videos out there discussing what gym leaders would look like if the Pokemon community became gym leaders. I myself have made quite a few. In fact, we've done all of this before. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here. And yes, I have created gyms on every single type, multiple types, and various gym themes. But I enjoy this creative exercise so much that I'm seeing if I can create 8 unique teams for each type, 1 for each gym slot. It should be no surprise to you who are longtime fans of this channel that Fire-type Pokemon are my favorite type, which is why I have a lot easier of a time making gyms around Fire-type Pokemon than any other typing. It should not be a surprise that we are returning to another Fire-type gym before completing all of the other types for a second time. I decided that instead of forcing myself to get all of the types done in order or in sequence, it's a lot easier just to make a gym when it comes to me and when I have inspiration for it. That is why this episode is here instead of some other typing that we have not already covered a second gym for yet. As you see in the title, this will be the 5th gym in your journey. You have approximately completed half of the game at this point, and you are finally making your way to the biggest city in the region. I imagine it feels similar to Lumio City in the Kalos region or Castelia City in Unova. This is a giant cityscape with many places to get lost. I would place the gym in this town probably near the center, where it would be located in a giant skyscraper, similar to how the tower is in Lumio City. You would approach the city at night and wander around, likely getting into trouble with the evil team of the region. During this encounter, a masked man in a bright red uniform will flash before your eyes, subduing all the evil team members besides the one that you initially engaged with. They will stop long enough to tell you to head to the gym in order to improve your battling skill, so you can fend off the evildoers before he vanishes into the night. The words he says are great guidance for your journey, but you can't quite get past the fire chicken mask he was wearing. You make your way to the gym and find it's not what you're expecting for a gym. It's nothing like the previous ones you've faced this far. For one, the building is massive, which makes the rooms in the building a lot larger. One thing is clear, this gym is definitely something else. Clyde the Guide will tell you that the Blaziken mask even trains here, which doesn't make sense to you at the moment, but I'm sure it will. You continue to proceed anyway. This gym is designed as a training facility for the Neighborhood Watch, a vigilante group in the city that is attempting to squash the evil team's presence. You are tasked with completing a minigame called Save the Citizen. This is a timed puzzle that requires you to dodge obstacles and defeat gym trainers guarding the citizen before the timer runs out. It's kind of like those stipulation battles you had in battle cafes or in the Pokemon Mansion in Sinnoh, where you had to beat a trainer in a certain number of turns or without using a certain thing. Completing a level allows you to progress up the tower, and you must complete 3 rounds of the game before you can reach the top. Eventually, you reach the top of the tower, which is an open battle arena on top of the tower, reminiscent of how you would find the Champion's Chamber in Alola. Silent and empty. Nobody or anything in there at all. A familiar masked man jumps onto the platform, landing in a recognizable superhero pose before you, saying, "Welcome, challenger." "Oh, it's you! I'm glad you found your way here. I was itching to battle you myself after seeing you defeat those villains. I couldn't battle you in the streets because I can't have the public thinking Blaziken Mask fights ordinary citizens. Consider this your final challenge to becoming a bona fide hero." And the battle begins. I lead with a level 38 Talonflame. It knows Flare Blitz, Aerial Ace, Roost, and Will-O-Wisp. Be careful, Talonflame's ability Gale Wings makes it so Aerial Ace is a priority move at full health, making it quite the problem for your lead matchup. It also has Roost, so that way it can heal itself back up, hopefully to full HP, so that way Aerial Ace again becomes priority later in the battle where it becomes critical. This could be a problem, so make sure you deal with it quickly. I follow up with Pyroar at level 39. With a nerve, Pyroar stops your berry usage. Hopefully this wasn't part of your strategy. Pyroar becomes equipped with Flamethrower, Hyper Beam, Will-O-Wisp, and Echoed Voice. I also has Metronome on Pyroar in order to boost its spamming a single attack, which could be really good if it lets Echoed Voice just keep happening and eventually building up to hitting you for very hard damage. Finally, I send out my ace. It's a level 41 Blaziken, which really shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But the surprise comes in the fact that this is no ordinary Blaziken, but it is capable of Mega Evolving for extra power. It also has Blaze Kick, High Jump Kick, Bulk Up, and Rock Tomb. Blaziken also has the Speed Boost ability, so it should be easily able to outrun your team. As long as you have a quick punch, you probably shouldn't have too many problems defeating this team, but it can become tricky, so make sure you're prepared before challenging me. Congratulations, trainer, or should I say, hero! Here's your badge of honor claiming you have proved the ability to save the day. I will hand you the hero badge, which will resemble the fiery cape I am wearing, and the TM for Will-O-Wisp. Now this character will often help you with dealing with the evil team as you run through the game, so you'll get to see them again. Perhaps even they loan you some of their superhero gadgets, which could translate to being ways to deal with HMs without having HM Pokemon on your team. Maybe that might be useful. As for the lore of this character, there's really not too much besides a few NPCs who are fanatics of Blaziken Mask and are trying to find out his real identity. Nobody knows who this person is. He's very mysterious, as many superheroes are. The community will have many theories about who this character is, but none of them have been confirmed, nor will they probably ever be confirmed. There might be some connections made to the inspiration of this character, Blaziken Mask from Kalos. Maybe this would be the son of this character. Maybe they're not related at all. Maybe this is just some vigilante of the night who is trying to help out the region that you are finding yourself in. Who knows? It's really up for you to decide. Well, that's my take on a superhero fire gym as your 5th gym you challenge in a playthrough. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and also give me ideas about what type and what type slot you would like to see in the next video. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I've asked this question many times before as I continue to make my gym videos. Well, what's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and today I'm picking up the My Pokemon Gym series once again by trying to give each type 8 different gym designs based on the order you challenge them. Today we are jumping into the Ghost type. Now, there are a few obvious ideas when it comes to making a gym around a Ghost-type Pokemon, including a Haunted Mansion, which I did in my original Ghost-type gym video. I wanted to make something different, though, from that, and still hold on to the ghostly vibe. So, I'm going to be making a Haunted Forest. The gym exists on the edge of a town, where the Dark Forest lurks. No one dare goes in, but there seems to be a beckoning light that will summon you to explore. You will be following that light throughout the Dark Forest as your only light source. Meanwhile, ghostly forms will try to attack you. You must navigate the forest while avoiding battles and trying to keep up with the light. Eventually, you will come to a giant tree that seems to be hollowed out. The light will enter, illuminating the tree and allowing you to find the entrance. You will walk towards the light and you will reach out for it when suddenly it disappears. You see an evil-looking face light up from the darkness, and you are dragged into a battle. You start off against the light you were following, which takes the shape of a Chandelure. It is level 43 and knows Flame Burst, Hex, Will-O-Wisp, and Memento. Chandelure is also holding a focus sash so that it can live your first attack, allowing it to either get more damage off on your Pokemon or lower your stats with momentum. Out next comes Trevenant at level 44. It knows Curse, Leech Seed, Razor Leaf, and Shadow Claw. With Citrus Berry and Harvest as its ability, Trevenant will be able to heal itself over and over again. You'll need to take out this Pokemon with a powerful attack, so that way Trevenant can't recover over time. Next up is Dusclops at level 45. Of course, I'm running the classic Eviolite Dusclops, so this will be a bulky opponent. Dusclops knows Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Recover, and Brick Break. Dusclops is meant to be a massive wall for your team to try to overcome. Your team will likely be hanging on barely after you defeat this Pokemon, which really sets up my ace very well. My final Pokemon is a level 46 Banette. It is a Mega Banette because it has the item Banetite, allowing it to Mega Evolve. For its moveset, it has Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Claw, Knockoff, and Embargo. Banette will be the final shutdown Pokemon for your team. With Prankster and Embargo, Banette will prevent trainers from healing their Pokemon, as it will KO you in the 4 turns between when it sets up Embargo and when you are finally freed from it. Priority Will-O-Wisp also functions to mitigate those knockoff users you might have that have survived this far into the battle, allowing Banette to be able to deal with them in some sort of way by being able to tank their hits by having half damage. But eventually you will defeat me, and I will give you the Haunt Badge and the TM for Shadow Claw. I say nothing to you as I disappear during the badge animation, leaving you with a haunting experience. The lore for this character is very supernatural, as no one knows even if this character actually existed. Many claim that there is not even a gym leader, but simply a trial in the forest, similar to how the Alolan region runs. You just overcome this trial and you receive a badge. There doesn't need to be anyone running the gym. Other gym challengers will say that they don't believe the experience they had in the forest, like it was something of nightmare. Some locals will even claim they've seen gym challengers enter the forest and never return. Some of those trainers are theorized to have become the spirits that inhabit the forest, evil and seeking vengeance for losing their way in the world, and eventually succumbing to a dark demise. Overall, this is a very creepy place, and many people will avoid this forest at all costs. Well, that's my thoughts on a ghost-type gym. I think this one will be pretty challenging, and I'm curious to see what you all think, so let me know in the comment section down below. Gym leaders are important figures in the Pokemon world, as they often are used as a test of strength for your team as you strive to become the champion of a region. But what if you were a Pokemon gym leader? What type would you have mastered and wield against your gym challengers to give them a difficult battle worthy of earning your gym badge? What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and this series continues to answer these questions through the creation of multiple gyms of every type to test the trainers out there that are seeking to become Pokemon champions. I have created many videos like this one, and I have linked a playlist in the description for your convenience. I originally created a gym of every type that was expanded into dual type gyms, and now we are back placing every type in a specific gym slot along your journey. Today's episode is about Psychic Pokemon. I have an affinity towards Psychic Pokemon as the type that I created my evil team around. The previous Psychic Gym actually acted as a facade for my operations as the boss of an evil organization, much like the Viridian City Gym acts in Kanto. But none of that today. We've taken the path towards peace, as today we are all about Zen. You'll find this gym in a temple near the major town in the region. I imagine the structure will be similar to Ecruteak's towers, with very traditional Jotonian architecture. The gym leaders will be monks, however they will not actually battle you, they simply force you out of the gym. So in order to reach me, you'll have to train your mind, train your body, and train your spirit to avoid all of the monks in the temple so that you can reach me without them noticing. Rest, child. I have felt the fiery passion of your spirit. Now be still. There are many ways to channel our energy and positive ways to exist in harmony with the world. I sense a burning question you have. Ah yes, a gym badge. Let us take this outside of these sacred grounds. I will transport you to a battle arena that you might have noticed on your way down towards the gym. Here, we can relinquish our energy and determine how powerful your energy truly is. Hold nothing back. And the battle begins. I lead with level 50 Hypno. It knows Psychic, Shadow Ball, Poison Gas, and Switcheroo. I've given Hypno a choice scarf to allow it to outspeed your team, and then give your Pokemon said choice item. This would be great as a shutdown for your defensive Pokemon, or potentially lock you into a setup move. I understand that this is a risky strategy, but I think it's a fun one for this gym, and could be really helpful for my team moving forward. Up next is a Darmanitan at level 52. Now you might be thinking, but Chaos, Darmanitan's a Fire-type Pokemon, and it shouldn't be in this gym. You are correct, but the Zen mode form of Darmanitan makes it a Psychic type. For its moveset, Darmanitan knows Fire Punch, Superpower, Fire Blast, and Psychic, so it can use whichever attack stat is better depending on the form that it takes up. I also will use an Assault Vest on this Pokemon in order to keep it alive and keep it on the field for a long time. Don't worry, I did bring some defense for this team as I send out Mr. Mime next. Mime has Dazzling Gleam, Light Screen, Reflect, and Psychic. I will also give it leftovers for even more staying power, which will make it a really difficult opponent alongside its ability Filter. If you've made it this far, you've earned an encounter with my ace, a level 54 Medicham. Medicham's concentration of energy allows it to Mega Evolve. Medicham knows High Jump Kick, Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt, and Poison Jab. I've built this thing so it's prepared for pretty much anything you could throw at me, and Medicham is meant to destroy whatever you have left standing at this point in the battle that my other teammates haven't taken out already. When you overcome me, I will hand you the Focus Badge and the TM for Calm Mind. You can find out from some of the trainers in the temple that while I'm a gym leader, I do not care for Pokemon battle. In fact, I do not like doing it at all. I tend to only use my Pokemon for the protection of the townspeople. There is no rematch for this gym leader as, the aforementioned point, I do not like to battle for sport, but only for a necessity. In this case, it was a necessity to challenge you to a battle in order to determine your strength that you might one day become a Pokemon Master. Well, that's my 7th gym, as a Psychic type. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and you can guide me to the types and gym slots you would like to see next by leaving a comment on which types and gym slots you'd like to see next. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I continue to ask this question as I have enjoyed creating gyms based on a variety of themes, and I always invite you to join me in creating your very own Pokemon gym. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and I'm back with another video in the My Pokemon Gym series. Ice is not a particularly common type for me to think about, but I wanted to diverge from the types that I typically use and have used for multiple gyms already. I wanted to challenge myself the later gym as well, since I've been making quite a few of the early gyms recently, so this will be the 8th gym in your gym challenge. This gym is in a snow-fallen city, and it is the day of the festivities in a town, as they celebrate a holiday. The town is bustling with activity, having more people than what seems like would even fit inside of the town. Decorations are strung throughout the village, and it's clear that everyone is incredibly busy. You arrive and begin looking for the gym leader, who is nowhere to be found. He's out running errands, and the townspeople will send you after him if you tell them you are looking for him. You'll find him in a nearby town getting a few last-minute items for the big celebration, and he will promptly return to the gym. Your gym challenge combines 2 aspects of some of my favorite gyms in the Pokemon series, the Mistralton Gym in Black and White 2, and the Surchester Gym in Sword and Shield. You will have to navigate through a route in the gym while avoiding being blown away by a blizzard. Anemometers in the gym will ramp up in speed so you can tell when the blizzard will hit and get out of the way. As you progress through the gym, you will unlock different save points in case you don't quite make it out of a blizzard before it strikes. That way, you don't have to redo the entire gym puzzle every time you mess up. But eventually, you will make it to me, waiting at the end. Ice is both extremely hard and terribly fragile at the same time. You know what that means. Depending on which Pokemon you choose and what moves they use, I could be your most challenging opponent yet, or I could be a total pushover. Let's see if you can fare as well as you can against me, as you did with my gym puzzle. And the battle begins. I lead with a level 56 Jinx. It knows the moves Ice Beam, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Draining Kiss. I have it holding the Life Orb for extra damage, as the coverage Jinx has in its moveset should be able to do massive damage to anyone on your team. Jinx acts as the wall breaker of my team that clears the way for the rest of my team to come in and deal with you afterwards. Up next is Cryogonal at level 58. This is supposed to be the exact opposite of Jinx Hyper Offensive, being a defensive wall. Cryogonal knows Acid Armor, Recover, Freeze Dry, and Reflect. Now perhaps somebody told you about my Jinx coverage moves and you brought a water type with you to deal with Jinx. Cryogonal here makes sure that even your counters do not have good matchups against my entire team, because Freeze Dry is super effective on water type Pokemon. I also have leftovers equipped so that Cryogonal has more staying power. My level 58 Delibird is next. Since it's the festive season, it only makes sense to celebrate with presents, and what better Pokemon to resemble that than Delibird to be included into my mix. Delibird knows Fake Out, Ice Shard, Aerial Ace, and Ice Punch. I'm taking advantage of its ability to hit your team really hard. I also made this set really good at revenge killing, so don't expect an easy time, especially if you've taken out one of my other Pokemon. Delibird is holding a Focus Sash, since it is not the most defensive Pokemon out there. This ensures that at least can get a couple of moves off before it goes down. Finally, you've made it to my ace, a level 60 Abomasnow. Now this is no ordinary Pokemon, because it has the power to Mega Evolve. Abomasnow has a really powerful attack stats at 132 in both stats, making it hit really hard on either side of the spectrum. I have given it Wood Hammer, Ice Beam, Ingrain, and Earthquake, so that its moveset matches its higher stats. You also may have noticed that I have not skipped out on the coverage moves here either, because you never know how many fire types you've kept in wait, knowing that my ace is a quad weak to fire Pokemon. Perhaps you overcome this trial, and if you do, I will give you the Iceberg Badge and the TM for Ice Beam. What's known about this gym leader is that he has a deep love for Pokemon, caring for many of the mistreated Pokemon in the region by organizing a sanctuary for them to live in. He's known to be incredibly kind and caring to people and Pokemon alike, despite living in quite a frigid and outside climate, offering his help to whoever possible, whenever possible. For my rematch team, I'm picking up Walrein, or Larry, and Baxcalibur to add powerhouses to my roster. I think this is quite a formidable team, and the coverage allows for quite a difficult battle. Well, that's my Ice-type gym in the 8th gym slot. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. You can also give me suggestions about what type or what gym slot you would like to see next, so I can have some more inspiration for this series moving forward. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well, so you help support the content I am making here on the channel, and so you don't miss anything else that is coming in the future. You can also check out my other social media on Twitch, TikTok, Discord, Twitter, and my non-Pokemon YouTube channel, Invisible Corporations. Those links can be found in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.